What is biofuels? Biofuels are combustible fuels created from biomass. In other words, fuels created from recently living plant matter as opposed to ancient plant matter and hydrocarbons. The term biofuel is usually used to reference liquid fuels, such as ethanol and biodiesel, that are used as replacement for transportation fuels like petroleum, diesel, and jet fuel. Type of biofuels. There are two main types of biofuels, ethanol and biodiesel. The simplest way to distinguish between the two is to remember ethanol is an alcohol and biodiesel is an oil. Ethanol is an alcohol formed by fermentation and can be used as a replacement for or additive to gasoline, whereas biodiesel is produced by extracting naturally.
Is biofuel a suitable alternative? The world is witnessing melting ice caps, rising temperatures, and increasing natural calamities. Scientists agree that one of the main reasons for this drastic increase in climate change is the excessive consumption of fossil fuels and the consequent release of greenhouse gases into the depleting atmosphere. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, a biofuel like ethanol produces up to 48% less carbon dioxide than conventional gasoline, while the use of biodiesel releases only one-fourth the amount of carbon dioxide that conventional diesel releases, making it a much more environmentally friendly option as compared to fossil fuels. Unlike its non-renewable counterpart, biofuels can also be produced continuously without exhaustion, since we can always grow more crops to turn into fuel. Furthermore, the continued interest of scientific community has resulted in higher productivity rates of vegetable oil crops, addressing some of the deforestation concerns associated with biofuels. With palm oil having the highest crop yield among the other vegetable oil options, it is believed that to be the most economical input for biodiesel. The oil palm tree's life cycle of 30 years also means a high carbon capture value, absorbing carbon dioxide that is released into the atmosphere. So, in a future where fossil fuels might no longer exist, perhaps we might look at biofuels as a safe and renewable alternative energy source.
Here are some examples of the uses for before. 1. Transportation. 13% of energy consumed in the United States is used for fuel. Transportation across the globe. Transport take count of 24% of energy and more than 16% of absorbed oil. This means that over a third of oil is used to operate fuels. In short, before can be turned into a hydrogen scheme that is meant to be used in joining fuel cell. More major car brands have already invested in stations for before powered fuels. Economic empowerment to nations. The importation of crude oil or fuel oil leads countries to spend lots of their money and results with instead to produce fuel, such as before countries can and they release on their countries from which they import oil, refined fuel and gas.
Reasons why we need biofuel. The primary goal to biodiesel is to provide energy security and benefit the local community. Here are some reasons why we need biofuel. 1. Easy to use. One of the main reasons why we need biofuel is that it can be used in today's engines, infrastructure, and vehicles without the need to make change. Biofuel are Y as petroleum diesel fuel. 2. Bulk economic development. Cepat. 2. Bulk economic development. Increasing the investment in biofuel will result in a burst of growth in the economy. This means that there will be more jobs and new sources of income for farmers in the industry. Developing countries will benefit from the economic growth in the demand of clean energy. Also, 3. Greenhouse gas and emission reduction. In that United Kingdom transport has been carrying more than a fifth of the total greenhouse gas emission. With the appropriate method of production, biofuel will produce a significant amount of greenhouse gas emission that is currently produced from fossil fuels. This leads to the potential of addressing the important challenge we face today regarding fuel quality and emission. 4. Fixable and biodegradable. Biofuel is often to be looked plastic, but because of its attributes make it less likely to harm the environment in the first place to make. Biofuel is found to be recyclable such as citrus oil, non-biodegradable oil. Biofuel is also eating less plastic than common species of fish.
Reasons why we need biofuel. Number 5. Energy balance. As energy security continues to grow as a topic in both society and government around the world, biofuel has a high energy balance compared to other fuel alternatives. Without a steady supply of affordable energy, the economy of the country will come to a halt with no energy to run power plants, transportation, and heat homes. Environmental impacts of biofuel. Although biofuel production remains small in the context of total energy demand, it is significant in relation to current levels of agricultural production. The potential environmental and social implications of its continued growth must be recognized. For example, reduced greenhouse gas emissions are among the explicit goals of some policy measures to support biofuel production. Unintended negative impacts on land, water, and biodiversity count among the side effects of agricultural production in general, but they are of particular concern with respect to biofuels. The extent of such impacts depends on how biofuel feedstocks are produced and processed, the scale of production, and in particular how they influence land use change, intensification, and international trade. Biofuel policy in Indonesia. One of the key policies for the development of biofuels in Indonesia is Presidential Regulation Number 5/2006 concerning the National Energy Policy. The policy provides a biofuel incorporation target of 2% of national energy consumption by 2010, increasing to 5% by 2025. Shows the energy mix policy based on national energy policy. From the figure can be seen that renewable energy sources such as hydro energy and geothermal supposedly increased in 2025. Thank you. That's all.